Howdy guys, welcome back to Dash Brothers Outdoors, and welcome to the start of the 2021-2022 trapping season. Wow, that's a lot of twos, but this is a video I've been waiting for, finally starting trapping. Most time, as you know, we start around the beginning of November, and this is the 22nd of November. And the deal was there, just got really tied up with work, and I'd already made a commitment to this guy months ago, and we didn't start this job until the beginning of trapping season, and then it took a lot longer than we expected it would. So we got that done. We're finally gonna start trapping now. We just rolled into our first property. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who are helping me bring this video to y'all, and that will be supporting me this season. We have Goe Traps, Sleepy Creek Traps, harrisndztraps, Southern Snares and Supply, Blakeley Trapping Supplies, Mark Jones Lures, PredatorPotion, Predator Perfect, Ouachita River Valley Trading Post, and Goe Trapping LLC. They're all supporting me this season, so a big thank you to them for that. And also a big thank you to my brother Zach, who is letting me borrow his mule once again this trapping season. An old Kowalski mule. We've got all of our equipment lined up here. We got our setting equipment bag, our bait and lure bag. Thank you to My Side YouTube channel for donating that. And water, first aid kit, food, the whole 9 yards. Back here we have our assortment of traps. We have our number 3s here, 1 3/4 there, number 2s here, and as you can see, we're running a few drags this season. We're running about half dozen drags. And for setting places like this, that is just rocky, and don't want to drive a stake in it. So, this actually right here is where I caught one of my very first coons. So, but take a look at this, guys. We just rolled through the gate, and this is a nice thing to see when you first come through. Bingo! Prairie chocolate. So we're probably gonna pop in a set right here because this is pretty fresh. We found a lot of scat here in the past. There's been a lot of traffic on it, so most of it's getting run over. So that tells me that that is not smashed. So that was put here pretty darn recently. So that calls for a set quick, fast, and in a hurry. So we're gonna pop in a set here and then go see what else we can get done today. So I'm excited to be finally back at trapping. I hope y'all are too. Good luck to y'all this season, and I'll catch up with you here in a second. Guys, sorry for the bad camera angle, but we're just using our little octopus tripod here, so we don't have the best angle on it, but you'll have to bear with me. Again, I apologize about that, but we're going to be using a different kind of trapping glove this season. These are just like your standard gardener gloves. You know, they're cloth with that have been dipped in latex. This has a real rough surface on it. They're thinner. They're about I think it's a double coat instead of the 4-coat. I don't like the 4-coat, just so dang thick. You don't have very good feel with them. But as you can see, these are dotted as well. That's going to give us a really good grip. I like the feel of them. These are made by Cat, and both Blakeley Trapping Supplies and Southern Snares and Supply carry good trapping gloves as well. These are at my local hardware store. I like the feel of them, so I decided I'd try a pair this season. Got our sifter. Thanks to Mr. Wacy Lathers for donating that. And as you saw before, this is our DeWalt industrial size 20-volt drill. I'm going to be using for dirt holes, but this ground is so dang rocky, it'd be real hard to bust a dirt hole in that, even with the good performance line augers from Southern Snares. I really like these, but this is like solid rock. We're going to be using a drag here because it is so dang rocky. So we're going to put in a 2-poop set. I'll show you how to do one of those if you don't know already. And this is our trapping hammer that was made for us by Strain Chain Trapping Modifications. 3-pound head, AR 500 steel chisel on the back for digging our trap beds. If you don't know what AR 500 steel is, that's what they make body armor out of. Rifle targets. This stuff is super, super tough. And we got a narrow reinforced trowel on the back for cleaning out dirt holes. And the interior is reinforced with steel tubing. Overall product weighs about 6 pounds. This is a beast. And it's checkered up here, give us a better grip. We may go through gloves a little faster with that, but I don't care. This is a really stout product. So this is the first time I'm going to be using this. I got this right at the close of last season. So I'm interested to see how it does. So Mr. Chris Morgan, that's the owner of Strange Hand Trapping Modifications. This set right here is for you. Thank you for the great trapping hammer. Heck yeah. I'm going to try to dig out a bed just big enough for 1 3/4 to sit in. And we're going to have to bring in dirt from a different area. This stuff is, my gosh, hard. We're going through rocks. But that dug that trap bed very nicely. Our rig here today is a Sleepy Creek 1 3/4 offset 4-coil. It's base plated. Really nice setup. We have a 10-inch chain rig here. Crunch roof swivel at the base, and the crunch roof swivel. One of the shock springs, T-bar shock springs from Wolf Creek Products. They're not a sponsor this season, sadly. So a big thank you to Wolf Creek Products for their support last year. Got another crunch proof swivel, and then we have camouflage chain from there. We got about 8 feet of that. We're going to be putting in the ground here on a good 3-pound drag. These things pretty darn nice. Pick them up at the TTFHA Rendezvous. I like them. So I wanted to get some from Chris Morgan, but he said he's been having a really hard time finding steel lately, so I had to go with the ones I found at the Rendezvous, and they're still nice, so I won't complain. So let's see now. Get that set down nice, and I have to dig out a little notch for our levers here. Not doing this as fast as I should since I'm filming, but I want this set just slightly below ground level. Ah man, this hard ground is a pain to work with, let me tell you. I need to take a little bit out there. Helps there weren't rocks right there. That's why you have to have good equipment, guys. That cheap stuff won't get you nowhere in ground like this. And I'm not saying just only my sponsors sell good products. I mean, there's lots of good trapping suppliers out there. So, let me see now. I left my command covers in the buggy. Apologize about that, guys. What we're using is landscaping fabric. I cut these out for about a number 3 size. They'll work for everything down to a 1 3/4. I really like these. They're a great unit. We'll use as much of this dirt as we can. This sifter has a lot smaller holes in it, so hopefully we won't let our gravel through. But that's my favorite pan cover right there is landscaping fabric. I'll cut them out before the season starts, and then I'll let them air out. And sometimes I'll even bury them after I let them air out. We'll get a real good dirt smell to them. And we're gonna have to have a good bit more dirt. I don't want to go get foreign stuff because putting brown dirt in this white caliche road ain't gonna cut it. I can get some over here out of the pathway. use our whisk broom, dust off our pen. Danger area. I'm gonna pack that down really good. It wiggles. All of our hard work will be for nothing. If that animal will dig it up, and you'll just have an educated one on your hands. Not that they'll be uncatchable after that, but it'll be real tough. So try to keep the most part of this gravel out of there. We don't need no rocks holding the jaws open. I've had that happen before, and you call that heartache. It's no fun when you come up and have a nice set coyote trap set off into the rock in the jaws. Get them rocks off of there. Okay, let's see, we're gonna find our, no, it's wiggling. That ought to do her. That's a trick right there that Barry Goe showed me. Put your hand just like that right over the pan. Then push in the dirt around it so you have a low spot over the pan itself and not over your entire trap bed. Dust it off a little bit. There, we got a nice, hardly noticeable low spot. That's all you need. Right there over the pan. I'm going to take a piece of grass, stick it right there. We don't want it too big. Right there on the dog. Keep the don't want the coyote stepping there. Now we just need to hide our drag and our shock spring, and we'll be good to go. Okay guys, it is time for us to be out of here. This set is taking way too long. That's what you get when you got hard ground like that and you're rusty. So, gotta put a little of Southern Snares coyote urine on these turds here, just freshen them up a tad. I got my bait and lure gloves on. I use different gloves when I'm putting my bait and lure out than I do when I'm making my set. I don't want to contaminate my setup, you know. And now we got a little of Mark June's Coyote Frenzy here. Gonna put just a few drops right in between those two piles of scat. This is a real potent coyote gland lure. One of my best producing gland lures last year, and this was one of my best producing sets last year. It was a 2-poop set with coyote urine and Mark June's Coyote Frenzy on it. So that's a killer set right there. I invite you to try it out. Try your own combos on it, see how you like it. I think it'll produce well for you on your coyotes as well as on bobcats and fox. So just a quick 45-degree approach, in and out, kind of a walk through. We got a rock right here just outside the loose jaw to keep them from stepping around there. A little guide stick there on the dog, keep stepping on the dog. A few little guidings here and there. Just a slight low spot right over the pan. Next time it comes along here, he's going to be in some trouble. So let's get on and make some more sets. Okay guys, I'm going to see how fast I can pop in a flat top set. We're out here at this location where I caught a lot of coyotes last year. There's a intersection, got a road coming up from the county road. And comes up, it branches off, goes to a portion of the field there, goes to a portion of the field there, and cuts back and goes to a pump jack location, and then leads to another portion of the field. So when we got that many different travel routes coming together, we also have some trails feeding in right here. I'm definitely going to put some sets in. I don't see as much scat as I normally do at the beginning of the season, and I don't know why. It could be because there's just a lot of traffic coming in and out. Farmer's been driving his equipment in here to get round bales out of his field and whatnot, so it could be that. And it's also been very windy, so it powders up and blows away. Could be a couple deals, but anyways, we're supposed to be trying to make a set here. All right, let's start the time. I'm gonna be putting in a 550 right here. On the Duke 550 Offset Pro Series. Just about all my traps I'm gonna be using this year are offsets, and if they're closed jaw, they have Canadian jaws on them. So I just have a lot better luck seems with offsets. Not near as much damage, if any at all. Most of them there's not any at all, but I have had some damage with the closed jaw traps. So all of them are going to be Canadian jawed this year, which means inside and outside eliminations. Gonna knock out a pocket right there at the bottom for everything to relax in. Take our heavy duty heat treated earth anchor driver from Southern Snares. This is the second and I'm just slightly working. Drivers on that, all at least I forgot. Oh, that's some hard stuff. Couple love taps on the side. Up she comes. Set the anchor. We'll drop the chain right down there in that little cavity. Be sure, I don't care if you dip your traps or wax and dye them. I dip mine at 7 Snares bulletproof trap coat, like the same as I did last year. And you want to make sure you clean the dog off, or else you're going to have traps blowing up in your face. So, I'm going to go ahead and level that pin out. Perfect. Drop it right on the ground. As you can see, guys, I ain't the fastest guy out there at making sets, but all you can do is do your best and go on. Whew! Kind of out of wind there, pinning that crap on the ground. Wherever position this set is, the wind keeps switching from north to south, south to north, yada yada yada, just like it always does in Texas. You can never tell which way it's going to be blowing out of from hour to hour. But I've got it positioned. If it's blowing a north wind, it's going to be blowing right across where this road bends and goes this way, blowing across there. Then the nose sending past the coyote, and it switches to the south. It's going to be blowing scent this way, and then coyotes going this way are going to smell it. So kind of covering both sides of the road at once. So that can be a real key to success right there, is making sure that your sets are covering the areas you want them to cover, and they're not just blowing it off into the trees where nothing's traveling besides skunks and possums. So a little more dirt. A little more. And that set disappears. Now find my pan. There we are. Pack that in real well. Cover the pan up. Duff it up real good. And we're going to go back about 9 inches and punch 2 little vertical holes on either side of the pan. Smaller it out a tad. A little bit deeper. Swirl her out. Crap. Good. We're still, I saw it looked like my trap moved, so. I mean, all you need is like 2 little cavities right there. That's about it. Get that out of the way. Pop the gloves off. We're going to use some Mark June's Widowmaker paste bait. Drop it right down there. Just maybe a teaspoon or so. Mold. And we're going to use some of PredatorPotion's, Predator Perfect's Texas Twister here. It is also a fresh bobcat based bait. And you don't want to use a tainted bait at these. I don't use tainted baits at all. I stay clean away from them. But you definitely don't want to use them at these flat top sets, because you want to use something that's edible and not something they want to roll on. Yeah, nice mild smell. Got it right there. And that's about all we're going to do. We're going to take and put a shot of fox urine from Southern Snares. Put it right there in between. Yes, we are targeting coyotes, but coyotes will respond very well to red fox smell as well. Now, in fact, that's one of the top producers of, as far as urines go, on coyotes. That's what most people really like. I seem to have more luck with coyote urine and bobcat urine myself on my own line, but that don't mean much. So we're gonna just gotta add a few stepping guides here. Not a lot, just some small dirt clods and whatnot. Make them want to step smack where our pan is. Boom, we're gonna have them. Next time it comes through, you better watch out. We also have a set down the road a little ways. I found 2 fresh piles of scat right beside each other. So I popped in a dirt hole there with a harrisndztraps 5.5. So can't wait to see what that set yields for us. So let's get on down the line and put some more sets on the ground. Okay, so this is the location. We got 4 coyotes here last year. That intersection we're putting the dirt holes right down there, and road comes up. One branch up, it goes off that direction, if I can control this dang camera, and the other one comes up here to this pump jack location. And it was right here between about that rock there and about where the gator's sitting. I caught 4 coyotes. And it was all in the same trap, just, you know, remake after remake after remake. Just move the trap outside the catch circle, and I'd catch them again. So I put in the same set I was using last year. Double 2 scat set, bobcat scat with some Mark June's Silent Stalker bobcat gland lure between them, and of course Southern Snares bobcat urine on the scat, and a few stepping guides there with let's see, that was a Harris 5.5 concealed there, just lying in wait. And then right over here we have a, I don't know how it'll show up in this camera, but yeah, we got a trail coming down through here, and it's kind of beat up, a little ravine right coming through here. This little brushy section that comes through where this Y's at. And I put in one of Barry Goe sets, one I learned from him. Right there, it's kind of a blind walk through set with some scat. He catches a lot of critters on that, so I put one in there with a Duke 1 3/4 offset. Base plated, the whole 9 yards and everything. So we're gonna, Jesse's waiting to go. Load up, Jesse. Load up. Not on top of my stuff, you stupid dog. Get in the front, come on. Stupid dog, run over the top of all my food. Let's see, it is 12:36, so it's about time for lunch. So we'll go ahead and get some lunch cooked up here, and then we'll move on down the line. Okay guys, we're cooking up lunch. We're gonna be cooking up a freeze-dried meal that I brought with me. Just heating up the water right now on my little portable stove. Here's what we're gonna be having. In true trapper style, we're gonna be having some biscuits and gravy, of course, and dessert, we're gonna have a little Lara bar. So just quick, I'm gonna grab something to eat and then we'll be out of here. But we got a lot of traps put in the ground. What's bad right now is the farmer's stripping cotton, so we gotta be careful where we put our traps, because I don't want any of these smashed. So anyways, we'll get this cooked up and get back on the line. Howdy guys, it is the end of the first setting day. Didn't do as well as I hoped. I only got 15 sets out, but that's not bad, I guess. I was more selective of where I put my sets than I have been in the years past. You don't want to just go running to last year's honey holes and set all those up without looking for sign, because I went to all my old honey holes, and most of them, the two main ones, they didn't show as much sign as some of the places that were absolutely dead last year. But last year I was seeing a lot of sign at that intersection I first set up, and I mean a ton of sign. And then there was a peninsula sticking out in the field, and right at the base of it there was a trail coming out in the field, and that was my other honey hole. Those intersections, they showed sign, but not very much. That second one, it showed no sign, so I didn't set it at all. But there were a lot of other places that I'd never had any luck at, never hardly seen sign at, and they had a lot of sign. So I just went and set up sign. The location I'm at now was 2 seasons ago. I caught a hooded skunk here, but last year it didn't show much sign either. But there's a decent amount here, so I put a couple sets here. So I'm really praying that I'm going to get some first night action. I really want to get a first night catch, first day of the season coyote. I've never done that. My second season I almost did, but almost doesn't count anything but horseshoes and hand grenades. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. A big thank you to our sponsors, and what I did forget to mention, Young's Bait and Lure Company at the beginning of the video, so check them out as well. A big thanks to them for sponsoring us and supporting this channel. So see you in the next video, and good luck trapping, guys.